trade speculation. You know, casual Sixers fans, they'll trade me for a crumble cookie. But at the end of the day, you know, they have to realize, like, you know, you're not getting a 6'9" forward back who can, you know, damn near shoot 40% from three, guard other team's best player, shoot, post-up, drive, play 70-plus games a year.
All right, so, you know, for anybody that's watching and, you know, new to the show, I'm a huge 76ers fan. I've been that all my life. All right, and we got Tobias Harris here, and he's calling out the 76ers fans. He's definitely talking to me. All right, and he's saying that the fans –
and I took that personal.
The fans will trade him for a pack of crumble cookies. You know, that's a company that he has part ownership in. You know,
is it?
It is.
So it was a play. Okay,
you know, it's a play there. You know,
clever.
And of course, he's in the last year of his contract, so he's also pumping himself up. Hey, I do this and I do that. He's letting other teams know, and shout out to him for that because I appreciate that. And here goes the thing. I've been on this road. I've really tore into Tobias earlier in the year. And here goes the thing about what he's saying. He's not totally off base with what he's saying. He's shooting down near 40%. That's, you know, it's a little off. I mean, you know, for the year he shot 36. I guess you could say that's close to 40. But against, you know, when it really counts in the second round.
Near, but not damn near.
When it really counts, this year's second round playoffs, last year's second round playoffs, the year before the second round playoffs, he's shooting 20-something%, 28 to be exact. That's not going to cut it. All right, that's 3 years in a row in the second round. All right, you're on a max contract deal, and even though you're saying, and Tobias is a good player. This is the thing. Tobias Harris can play basketball. He just belongs to be in the NBA, not Larry Bird in Europe. You know, Tobias belongs in the NBA. All right, but it's not his fault that he's on a max contract deal. It's Elton Brand's fault. You know, we had an incompetent black GM, and if there's never another black GM in the history of the NBA, I totally agree with that. Elton Brand screwed it up for us and for the black community. And so, you know, he just handed him, you know, $38 million a year. You got to take that. You know, I understand that, Tobias. I'm not mad at you for that. Right. All right?
Get in the bag.
Yeah, get the bag. But all of this is too much. This is extra because then we have to identify your game, and now you're in the public. See, Philadelphia, we know that you're not like that good. You know what I'm saying? And there's a thing I want to do. I'm going to talk about the players that he makes more than that I'd rather have. But my last thing about that is also last year in the playoffs, second spectrum, all right, because he says he's a 6'9" forward who can finish and play D. Okay, all right. Second spectrum shows in the NBA playoffs last year, Tobias Harris missed the most open layups in the playoffs.
Of all players.
Of all players in the entire playoffs.
Playoff that just finished.
The playoffs that just finished.
The 6'9" guy.
The 6'9" guy missed the most open layups, right?
Yeah.
That's whatever they just
they'll have a radius say nobody was within X amount of
and he missed the most. He missed the most layups. Okay, defense. He does play okay defense, but you know he's on Jason Tatum when Jason Tatum is going crazy for 20 points in the fourth quarter. That's Tobias Harris' work.
Yeah,
you know. But also he did. I guess you could say he held Jason Tatum to whatever that 7 points in the first three quarters, and then Jason Tatum went off. He plays decent defense, but the guys are still getting 30 and 40 on you. I mean, and I know defense in the NBA is incremental. I want to make sure I'm being fair here, but still telling the truth. Like it's just not worth it. Okay, now Tobias, if you're watching, and I hope you are, you know what I mean. This is why the fans, 76ers fans, this is why we're so pissed every time we see you on the floor in a 76ers uniform. All right? So, first of all, for the last 3 years, Tobias Harris has been our highest paid player. In a salary cap sport, you're going to die like that. Okay? You're just going to die if Tobias Harris is the highest paid player on your team. These are the players that I'd rather have that he makes more money than, okay, as far as this past year. Okay? Let's go with Devin Booker. Devin Booker, anyone? Let's go with Joel Embiid last year, of course, right? Let's go with hold on here.
Should have led with the reigning MVP.
Who was that? Oh, yeah. Zach LaVine, Luka Doncic, okay? Pascal Siakam, Jrue Holiday, okay? C.J. McCollum, Jamal Murray, Brandon Ingram, Darius Garland, Ja Morant. It's like 50 names on here, man. It's like 50 names. Hold on, this thing. Jason Tatum, okay. Donovan Mitchell, okay. Jaylen Brown, okay. DeMar DeRozan, okay. Collins, I'd rather take over him. There's a lot of guys on this list, man. This is the reason why we get so pissed every time we see you. DeJounte Murray, I'd rather have. OG from Toronto, I'd rather have. I don't want to keep going on the show, man. I can go for days. All right.
Bubba's rant.
Just on the show, though.
Just calm down, Tobias. Just wait to be traded.
But I agree with your initial impression. He didn't say anything really crazy out of pocket.
He didn't say anything outrageous.
You know, and I appreciated the honesty of it. I thought that was pretty good. You know, because I mean I don't follow Philly that closely. I don't see clips of him with the media. But I thought, okay, he kind of, owned the situation, understood the fans don't like him and what have you. I mean, hey.
I mean, to be fair, he's always been a low-key guy. I haven't heard anything bad. I haven't heard him any drama. We named Ja Morant. I mean, we got a lot of.
Yeah. I mean, the reality of Tobias Harris is if he's your fourth or fifth best starter on an NBA team, you're probably a pretty damn good team. And the biggest issue is the issue that you said. The contract. The contract creates an expectation.
Yeah.
And it creates a situation where you could run off all these names that are clearly better. If Tobias Harris is making $12 million a year,
I love him.
You love him.
I want my daughter to date him instead of me wanting to do harmful things to him and wish for harmful things to happen to him. That's the difference.
Yeah, I hear you, man. But yeah, that's just the NBA. I mean, the way the salary works is if you're overpaid, there's an expectation that comes with that.
He was in Orlando, and Orlando Magic fans, they got it. They ended up getting routed and pushed them out. You remember that?
Listen,
you remember Tobias in Orlando?
My comparison to him was Carmelo Anthony. I was giving.
In what respect?
He was giving Carmelo vibes. I thought that's what we were getting.
Yeah, and he was a younger player.
When he was younger, man, college, he was a bucket. Yeah. And I thought that was going to translate with his size. Like you say, he's 6'9", decent shooter. He had that mid-range pull-up just like Melo.
He did.
I mean, that's what that was my that was my comparison, and I was way wrong.
My first exposure to Tobias Harris was in AAU. And I was down at Disney, and he got his ass kicked by a local team, specifically by Christian Jones, who played at Lake Cal High School, played at Florida State football on a 2013 title team, and has been in the NFL for a number of years. He was like a man-child type of guy, but he made Tobias Harris look like a bitch. He stood in front of him, he was stronger, he basically bullied him and battered him into just a game where it looked like Tobias Harris, by the middle of the second half, just wanted the damn thing to be over.
So you knew who Tobias was at that point?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because there was a little bit of hype around him. He was, all-American high school, all-American type guy.
Oh, okay.
And I knew a couple of the kids that were playing with Christian Jones and whatever, and so I went to see him, and I'm like, oh, yeah, they're going to play this high-level guy. Let's see what's up. And Jones dominated him because he was just more of a man.
Yeah.
And I was just to me, I looked at Tobias Harris at that moment, I said, he's just soft. That's what this is.
And that may be what it is.
It may be just that's a part of it. Got to be a part of it.
But the crazy thing about Tobias Harris, kind of all of his selling points that he articulated, though, the other way to look at him is he's been at a number of places in the league. What place ever missed him when he was gone? He's kind of bang average. And it's when he goes, it ain't that hard to replace. When he's there, it's okay. It's not a problem. But that's what being average is.
But, I mean, isn't that, 85% of the league, though?
Yeah, for real.
Yeah.
They're all interchangeable.
Yeah.
Smart, they were showing, comparing Smart to Tony Allen, I think it was. They've taken, the same route. Teams.
Celtics to Grizzlies. That just hit me. I'm glad you mentioned that.
And I was like, I never noticed that. But, they're all interchangeable, man. You ain't LeBron and, that top tier, you can get shipped out of here quick.
But, and that's the other thing we say, as an organization, if you don't have one of those guys in the 15% that genuinely make a difference,
You're screwed anyway.
you're not going anywhere.
Yeah.
You could be decent, you could be okay, whatever, but you're not going anywhere.
Yeah.
The only teams that win in the NBA are guys that have that top, I'd say probably top 10% player that even maybe top 5%, like if you really look at it, that the centerpiece guy who has the right support around him. But like if you don't have a centerpiece guy, you have nothing.
Yeah.
And that's why all these moves of yeah, go ahead and move these guys. Yeah. Don't pay so many of these guys. I mean, you're a fool to have paid Tobias Harris the money you paid him because he is literally a bang average player that could be replaced in a heartbeat.
That's why I get so pissed, not just with the Tobias thing, but when they say, "Oh yeah, but if you don't pay him, you'll lose him." So what?
Yeah.
So what? Let another clown pay him $39
At that time,
million.
you don't know, man. You don't know what people are going to turn out to be. They're doing projected to be.
But
like,
by the time
what
he was
Tobias,
in Philadelphia,
yeah,
he'd already been with the Magic.
You know?
He'd been
Orlando
with
is different because you can see you still projecting.
yeah,
But by the time,
but Orlando,
in
he
Philly,
showed
we knew.
flashes. He showed flashes in Orlando like he can get you 30.
No, I agree with you. Tobias Harris in Orlando, you didn't know what the ceiling was yet. So it was a little bit more difficult to do. But by the time he was in Philadelphia, we knew what the ceiling was. It was comfortable, bro.
Yeah.
So Philly just wanted to hand out money then. That's what we're saying?
Yeah.
Going with that?
That's a whole nother story. Yeah.
Don't get Bubba started.
Don't get me started.
We might not leave before midnight.
Right, hey.
But yeah.
I'm trying to drag somebody down with me. The Magic, man, we listen, man. We just, at this point, you go to get the chicken fingers, man. Chicken fingers and fries, bro.
If you get those good seats where you have access to that food behind the bleachers,
right.
Holy cow, man.
Yeah. Amazing.
They have like any imaginable thing you want there.
Listen, I watch my boy Justin Jenkins. Shout out to Justin, man. Like, I watch him and his lives and his videos he posts, man. I be like, hey, bro, you got to take me, man. Like, I don't even care about the game. I want to eat.
I'm telling you, man. It was like, I remember I went one time and I was like, they had ice cream and popcorn and chicken and like whatever you could imagine.
There's no limit to this. I can keep going back.